Well, this is the first Slap Job video. Unfortunately, Budget McPuppet is away right now, so I'll be doing the review. Man, he sure loves Asia. He goes there all the time. Wow, he must really, really like the culture there. Anyways, today's Slap Job is focusing on The Last of Us, which overall was a decent show. Uneven, but decent. Before I start, I should say that I actually never played the games. I knew of the storyline and many of the game elements through osmosis, talking with friends, but I never actually played the game myself. This makes my perspective strictly from a cinematic point of view and not how well they translated the game. Alright, so let's start with the worst episode and go to the best. Worst episode was episode 6. Coming off the heels of episode 5 didn't help, but episode 6 is definitely the most clumsy in execution. It has the most eye-rolling moment of social commentary in the entire series. We all know what scene that is. The communist scene. Communist.
No, I didn't like that.
It is that, literally. This is the commune. We're communists.
Yes, we get it. You're a bunch of filthy rich multimillionaires lecturing to the rest of us how we should all share and be communists. Got it. Not hypocritical at all. Furthermore, the pacing was awkward and the direction felt very flat at times, especially in the middle act. There were some bright moments. The best part of the episode was actually the opening scene. I would have loved an entire episode just focusing on staying with that couple. The ending was also okay. It was nice seeing Joel and Ellie actually having some real bonding and him actually being a father figure, teaching her some important survival skills. Those were the two shining moments in a otherwise rather dull turd of an episode. Alright, moving on. Second worst episode is episode 8. This episode is a hard one to judge because the pacing was good, the acting was good, the direction was fine, but it's so contrived. We've seen the evil Christian so many times, and I'm not even Christian, but I'm tired of seeing the evil Bible thumper Christian guy. Overall, it also just felt a little too overly sadistic. I would have enjoyed to see a little more questioning and pushback from others involved in the group. Third worst episode is episode 7. This episode just felt like a retread of episode 3, but done in a far, 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 far inferior manner. And also, it just felt like it was drawn out far too long. I feel that everything in this episode could have been covered in a 10 to 15 minute flashback, maybe put at the beginning or end of another episode. So now we're kind of done with the more negatively reviewed episodes and we're going into good territory. So now instead of saying the worst, I'm going to say the best. The 6th best episode is episode 4. While this installment has a solid structure, it is perhaps the most bland in the series. It is neither offensive or memorable. In fact, I nearly forgot about it while making this review. That said, it is important in setting up episode 5, and does have 2 strong sequences. At the start is the road trip montage across Alberta, I mean America, and of course, the end gunfight. So, the 5th best episode was episode 9. This was a decent season finale. It had decent closure. The main problem here was the pacing was way too fast. This could have been split into 2 episodes or maybe even 3 episodes. Also, there are some conveniences in here, such as like, why did they tell Joel while he's still at the facility what they're going to do to her? That just seems like it's inviting trouble to happen. Like, these are ruthless people that seem to have killed a lot of their enemies before, so why didn't they just kill Joel? Or why didn't they take him far away from the facility before they told him what's going to happen to her and he could not go back and save her? It just seemed like the plot points here were just a little too convenient at time. Now, that could be how the game played out, but cinematically, it just feels like it's too easy. All right, let's move on. We're going up to the 4th best episode, which is episode 1. Yes, episode 1 was a fun episode. I really enjoyed seeing the world fall apart at the start. It was a great introduction to the world. It had great world building. This is the first episode that I would say has high levels of rewatchability. And yes, I did watch it twice. Now we're really starting to get into the good stuff. The bronze medal goes to episode 2. Episode 2 is just a good episode. It had a great mix of infected action and story progression, so thumbs up to that one. The standout feature though is the cinematography and the shot compositions. This is one of the most beautifully yet eerily presented post-apocalyptic worlds I have ever seen. And of course, the final sequence with the Teen Choice Awards Kiss of the Year is a hard image to forget. The silver medal goes to episode 3. Yes, I love this episode. This episode is a wonderful, largely self-contained film that exists within the Last of Us world. It has fantastic performances, perfect pacing, and it successfully weaved social subtext into a story that connected with the audiences from all walks of life. At its core, this episode was about being human. It was everything that episode 7 tried to be, but largely missed the mark. Even if you don't want to watch this series, just watch this one episode. It works as its own story, and it's a wonderful journey following two men's lives through the apocalypse, as they hold on to the last glimmer of society. And the gold medal is episode 5. I love this episode for it is near perfection in television. The characters, the suspense, the amazing action set piece at the end, all of it was thoroughly enjoyable. To be honest, I could have stopped watching the series at this point and I would have been happy. For me, this essentially was the season finale. So there's my quick rundown of The Last of Us Season 1 and my ranking of the episodes. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please let me know in the comments, and please like, share, and subscribe and do all that wonderful stuff to try and help spread this channel. All right, thank you very much.
Like, share, subscribe.